Okay, so we are here today with Ian Scott. He is an entrepreneur and he has signed up for the 50 Days of 50 Bosses interview. My daughter told me to call it a challenge. You know, the young kids call them challenges. It's not a challenge. It's an interview. So he is going to pick from my lovely deck of cards.
Let's see which one.
And
all right.
And we're going to have him first introduce himself. Tell us a little bit about what you do, and then go ahead and read your question.
Absolutely. So my name is Ian Scott, as we've already mentioned, and so the primary role of my entrepreneurship is I work in finances. So I ultimately help people save money, I help them make money, and I help them get out of debt. So anything dealing with their finances, anything dealing with cash, I help them make better sense of it, and I help them make better choices. And so the question that I have, and I kind of laughed when I saw the question, it says, do you sleep? And so it's a two-part question. So do you sleep, and then what is your daily routine? So to answer the first part of the question, I sleep occasionally. There are certain times where I might get 8 hours, and then there are certain times where I might get 4. And so I fully can't sleep because I know that there is so much on my plate to do. Outside of being an entrepreneur, I don't always have my schedule just completely laid out for me, as typical to a 9-to-5 job. And so sometimes my days look different. Sometimes my days, they'll start at 7 in the morning, and sometimes they'll end at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midnight. And then I still have to factor in family time. I still have to factor in picking up the kids from school and dropping them off. I still have to factor in date nights, with my wife, and date nights with my children, if and when they do happen, because sometimes in our field, it's not always like a set date that we can have these moments, with our family, because we're trying to build something and we're trying to get things together so that our future is better than what our current situation is right now. So do I sleep? Yes and no. There are days where, again, I get 4 hours of sleep. I might have to take a nap in the middle of the day just to re-energize and recharge. And so the other question is, what is your daily routine? So sometimes in the morning, my first part of the day is I get kids off to school. Hug them, kiss them, love on them, things of that nature. Once I clear that schedule, I try to read. I try to get some reading in done, personal development, making sure that I am feeding my mental. And then, as typical in my financial field, I'm normally placing calls in the morning. So I'm calling clients, or I am calling potential clients, or I'm calling potential people to work with me and join in my field. And that's the first part of the morning. And then in the afternoon is when I actually sit down, and I'll sit down via Zoom and sit down with clients, or I'll meet them in personal places, and then I'll work on their personal plans, or I'll build a plan for them, or I'm introducing to them what my business is and what my business does and how my business can benefit them or anybody that they may know.
Okay, well, that was awesome. I don't have any questions. I think you covered everything. So I do want to thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
You have an awesome day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.